Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rocketcraft Season 2, and we are straight into the thick of it here with a piglin trying to kill me over in the nether, because me and Luke are trying to build a bartering farm over here. And one of the first things you need to do when you're making a bartering farm is you need to get some piglins, because, you know, without piglins you don't have any piglins to barter with, you know. So Luke is just currently like baiting that guy into that little hole there with some gold, and it's always easier with two players when you're doing something like this. And then he should get in there. Right, there we go. We've got a swine captured. First piglin is in the box. We're going for 6 in this trading farm here, and that one's thrown out. Just his stuff everywhere. He's just sprayed his items all over the place. And then this one is currently working his way up the steps. Luke is currently bringing him in, and as you can see, we've got a fair bit of gold here to trade up. We've got even more gold now thanks to that gold farm. So as you can see, he's like left a little trail of breadcrumbs here. It's like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. Slowly but surely he's going to make his way in there, and yeah, we are. I think we're both wearing some golds. Luke definitely is, because
Shame. Shame.
He's also tagged as well. But yeah, this could take a little while. I think he's probably put too much gold down, but oh well. I mean, it's not like the stuff's going to despawn in that amount of time, is it? But as you know, piglins do trade a lot of very, very useful items, and that is why we're building this farm. Because we both have need of the things that the piglins can give us, and we've got plenty of gold now, so no. Look, stop hitting me. Luke, sort it out. I think I'll just pick that off. Look, just take the gold, okay? Just, look, it's gold, it's shiny. Take it. They can be really annoying to deal with sometimes, but that's why we've gone for the sword guys. They hurt a little bit more, but they're not likely to like accidentally kill their friends. Right, let's just budge you in there. Come on, there we go. Right, we are getting somewhere now. 2 down. Oh, and of course, one thing that you don't want to forget to do is name tag your piglins, because otherwise they'll despawn unless you've given them some boots to wear or something. So yeah, always name tag your piglins before you leave the area, because otherwise they will despawn, and that would be very bad for your piglin trading farm. But anyway, we are 2 down, we've got 4 more to go, so yeah, this could take a little while. So as I was saying, the piglins do give you so many nice things, and I'm particularly after the gravel, because I'm sick of digging out the gravel from the nether for the concrete shop. And I'd like a lot of quartz as well, because I do buy a lot of quartz from the builders merchants, but I also want a load of my own, because when I do eventually get around to building Atlantis with the Atlantis team, we need a load of quartz. So any extra quartz that we can get in the meantime will be a bonus. And Luke is after the ender pearls and the obsidian, because he'd like to get a load of that for his ender crystal mining that he wants to do in the nether, because he loves getting netherite. And he also wants all the blackstone, and there'll be so much blackstone from this farm. It's one of the main things they give out. And yeah, I think he's planning a big build with blackstone, so that will come in useful. And there's lots of other useful things as well. I mean, even string can be turned into like wool if you need to, or you've got soul sand, and even iron nuggets, which are useful in of themselves. But as you can see, it does require a heck of a lot of gold to fuel this thing. And this is the sourcing system and shulker loader that I've built in between that last clip and now. And yeah, it's a giant load of redstone stuff and hoppers and chests and God knows what else. And as you can see, there's another one in the middle there for like the sort of secondary items. So if one of the filters, the item skips through it, which shouldn't happen in a hopper chain. It's not like it's a water stream, it's just a hopper chain. But sometimes, you know, Minecraft, the hoppers can miss an item or two, or the items just don't go in there for whatever reason. And hopefully the secondary middle filters there will catch any excess as well, because we don't want to be burning crying obsidian and leather and other stuff, but we do want to be burning arrows and potions of fire resistance and boots with soul speed on them made of iron, because that's all junk. Yeah, pretty much all the non-stackable stuff in this farm is just going straight into a bonfire because we just don't need it. And that back there was the little clock, so you got 11 items in there, which is the perfect amount for it to sort of cross back and then cross again. Activates all the droppers, piglins get gold, we get items, everybody's happy. See, look how happy they are. They're so happy. But yeah, we are just about finished with the sort of the bare mechanics of this farm, but I've got a slight issue in that I haven't got that many shulkers to load into the shulker loaders. Just under 3.5 stacks. That's barely going to make a dent, especially with the amount of items that are going to be coming out of this thing in an overnight AFK session. So I'm going to have to do some begging and borrowing and stealing of shulker shells from other players on the server. So one overnight AFK session later, and as you can see, there's a bit of a problem here. We've got items that are obviously backed up in the hopper chain here. Probably all the non-stackables, because we've been trying to save the first bunch. Because we thought, oh, soul speed books, you know, Teach wants soul speed 3 books because he sells them, and they're a pain in the butt to get otherwise. And as you can see, yeah, there's just an insane backlog of just junk here. I'm surprised, you know, more of it hasn't despawned, but I'm sure a lot of it has despawned. But yeah, literal stacks of crying obsidian and stuff there. That's nuts. So that means all of this is backed up. All of it. And it'll all be because of this middle section here. This, no, not that, that. So yeah, this is all completely filled up with all the non-stackable rubbish and the arrows. Basically all the junk that we don't want to keep from this farm. But I did say to Teach we'd keep the first bunch of Soul Speed 3 books because they're pretty useful for him and his book business. But after that point, you know, we just don't need that, especially arrows. There's so many other farms that give us arrows, so why we want arrows is beyond me. But anyway, so this is my life now for the next hour or so, is just taking shulker upon shulker of gold nuggets out of the gold farm and then converting them into blocks of gold and putting them in another shulker and so on and so forth. And then, because they're all, I can't even remember where I've got to now. Yeah, this is just the most boring job in Minecraft, is just crafting golden nuggets from this farm. I put some music on. I try and make the best of it, but it's just it is literally the worst. And the worst thing in the world, of course, is when you accidentally craft a stack of gold pressure plates. That's like 20 odd blocks of gold there, just wasted. Literally wasted. They're one of the most expensive recipes in the game, and I've just made a stack of them. That's just me being a derp and misclicking. But it wouldn't be the first time, and it certainly is not going to be the last time either that I will be doing that. But anyway, so we've got tons of gold now. Let's head back to the bartering farm and fill this bad boy up. You see that right there? Yeah, that is the site of a bunch of happy piglins. They're basically immortal now. They're going to live forever, and all they're going to be doing is just standing around in complete safety, just eating up the gold and then just giving us random stuff. And yeah, it's just such an amazing farm, and I highly recommend you make your own bartering farm and gold farm, because like I say, they give you so many different useful items. As long as you're willing to put in the time to make some sort of filtering system like this, then you can farm them on an industrial scale. And as you can see, I've got the shulkers in place now. I just about had enough to like put like 3 in each one for now, maybe a few more in the gravel and the soul sand and the blackstone, the ones that I expect there to be tons and tons of. But the obsidian and the crying obsidian, there's not much in there. So what I've done, I have literally emptied this out completely, this thing in the middle here, and I'm just going to be just burning all of this stuff now. But oh, one last Soul Speed 3 book. That was the last Soul Speed 3 book that will be saved from this farm, because everything else that comes into that hopper chain down the middle there is going to be burnt. So there's tons and tons of Soul Speed 3 books there. More than enough for the server for the entire season. There's like, that's not the only chest, there's like 2 other double chests. So trust me when I say we've got enough Soul Speed 3 books. And we've saved a bunch of fire res potions. We've got a couple of shulkers of arrows as well, for God knows why, but they might come in useful somewhere down the line. But as far as I'm concerned, this project is pretty much done and dusted now. Job done. Well done, Luke. We smashed it. So I put the word out on the server about our need of shulker shells, and look who came to the rescue here. The man himself, the dude of Minecraft, Mojo Roberts, has been out and done an epic amount of end busting, and he's brought us back some shulker shells, and he's put them in my post box. So I will make sure I sort him out for those. It saved me, you know, a lot of time, which I just don't have at the moment. Look at that, 5 stacks of shulker shells. That must have taken a while to collect. So I do really appreciate that, Mojo. You are the dude of Minecraft. Thank you so much. And yeah, this was before you could actually farm shulker shells. You had to collect those the hard way, and so I can't thank him enough. So it's that time of the week where we are going to stock up the DJ Dip shop, because it just keeps running out. I don't know what is wrong with the players on this thing. I thought this was a good idea, but apparently not. No, apparently they literally just cannot get enough of this shop, and I'm struggling to keep up with it. So we got a boner box. We got sugar. We got spider eyes. We got water bottle. Well, just glass bottles. Again, you know, the glass bottles and the sticks, they could be really useful to the right person. We got a end selection here: pearls, dragon heads, ender chest, enderman head, sponges, very useful. 2 netherite ingots, very nice. A bunch of diamonds, a bunch more diamonds, even more diamonds. Some ancient debris, and yeah, some bottles of experience, free concrete coupons, god apple and loads of other apples, a nether star, woo, that's like amazing. Conduit kit, load of shulkers, load of rockets and totems, load of redstone blocks and diamonds and god knows what else, load of emerald blocks, load of iron blocks, elytra and rockets. That's just like a guardian selection there. Elytra with mending and unbreaking, DJ Dip head, gold and smooth stone, because you know that's useful as well. A bunch of horse stuff, the precious, I wonder who's going to get that. And lastly, a curse of binding pumpkin head with a bunch of gigapies. That's a very pumpkin related box there. So a nice random selection, mostly good, couple of not so good, but they're going to lap them up as they always do. And like I say, I just can't keep up. I just cannot keep up with this shop. So I'm resorting to just stocking it once a week. These 30 odd boxes are gonna just have to last them. If they don't, well, it's tough. You're gonna have to wait till the next restocking, because my time is very, very short at the moment, and I have run out of space in here. Oh, what am I gonna make room with? I've only got to get to the shop. So what do I not need? I mean, I need the, yeah, I guess this sword. Let's just hope that we don't encounter any highwaymen on the way between here and the shopping district. Hopefully I won't be held to ransom. And oh, do you know what? You know when you like leave the house and leave the oven on? I nearly left the furnace smelter on. That was silly of me. Right, so that's been restocked. That will probably last all of a couple of days before they get their hands on it. But in the meantime, it's time for me to build another shop. I think this is only my second solo shop now. I've got a couple of like shops with other players and the DJ Dip shop. This is my second solo shop. And what I'm going to be building here is selling something that I've got an excess of, but no one else is selling it at the moment. And so I thought, you know, I might as well be the person that sells this on the server, because it is a very useful item. So here we go. So there you have it, ladies and gents. It is a blaze shop, and what gave it away? Was it the giant blaze? Anyway, that blaze tutorial that I was using for this build here is by Zooey Mama. So I'll put a link in the description for his video there if you want to build this yourself in your own world. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. It stands out above the shopping district, you know, floating away there. And yes, it is time to go stock that shop up and finish the lower part of it. And I've been AFK over at the fortress farm that I built quite a few months ago now, near the beginning of the server. And as you can see, yeah, there's a blaze in there, typical, right on cue. And like I say, I have got an excess of blaze rods, so I might as well sell them to the rest of the server because I think they're a really good fuel source, right up there with, you know, dried kelp blocks and coal blocks. But you know, it's way superior to lava buckets because you don't have to deal with empty buckets and filling them up manually and blah blah blah. Anyway, so you remember when it was you know, cool to have a double chest of wither skulls on Hermitcraft? Well, you know, I did that first on here, just saying, Tango. But yeah, I've got over a double chest of wither skulls. What am I going to do with all of them? I have no idea. No one needs that many wither skulls. As you can see though, there's so many bones. I just don't know what to do with all the bones. And coal. I've emptied out a lot of the coal because I've actually made a little coal shop as well in our underground district, which I'll probably end up showing you in the next episode now. But yeah, the blaze rods is what we're after here. As you can see, there's tons and tons and tons of them. And yeah, I think that they're going to be a nice addition to the shopping district. I personally like to use them for my super smelter, and I'm sure everyone else will come to realise how amazing they are as a fuel source when they try them themselves. So welcome back to the shopping district, where I'm hiding in some grass currently. But actually, I have finished building the bottom of the blaze shop, and as you can see, we've got a couple of blaze heads, just in case it wasn't completely obvious what this shop sells. There's a couple of blaze rods as well. So I wanted to go for like a little bit of a nether fortressy theme here underneath the blaze itself. So I built like one of those sort of end bits of a fortress where you'd expect to see a blaze spawner. I tried to replicate it as best I can. I put a bit of the nether on my 16 by 16 plot down below there, complete with a bit of quartz, fire and gold, and yeah, just, you know, it looks like the nether basically. And it's a very simple shop, but you know, it does exactly what I need it to do. And here we go. We've already had some sales. I had already stocked this up once when I first built it, and yeah, we've actually sold some blaze rods as well. So it looks like, you know, 1 diamond for 2 stacks. I know, you know, if you're using them for fuel, you're going to be literally just burning these things, but a diamond for 2 stacks, and they go surprisingly far. They will actually smelt quite a lot of items compared to a lot of other fuel sources. So they are literally the 3rd best fuel source in the game from my calculations of how many items they'll smelt versus, you know, cost and blah blah blah. But anyway, that is the end of the episode, guys. I'm really sorry, but that's all the time that we've got, and I do hope that you have all enjoyed it. As always, it's always a pleasure. And if you did and you're not subscribed, then do be sure to subscribe, but also like, share, comment, blah blah blah. And I will see you for another episode of Rocketcraft very soon. So take care and bye for now.